What's up, guys? My name is Jesus Rodriguez from Watch the Matter with Me,
I'm Asante Aleshi.
and welcome to
Two
Two Guys,
guys,
One
one
Garage.
garage.
Yeah, no, I agree. So somebody they asked us another question, but I also have a question. So I'm gonna ask you mine, so we can you can be ready for it. Top three favorite movies, and then the question they asked is, do we play chess or pool, also known as billiards?
I play both. I'm not like a huge either of them player,
Yeah,
but I play them occasionally. If anything, I've mostly been into checkers,
checkers.
growing
Oh,
up, but I haven't literally played a board game in who knows how long.
I mean I play chess like when it's slow at work. You know what I mean? I pull it up and I play
Oh, on your
Eh,
phone or
no, like on the computer,
on the computer?
online. Sometimes I'll run a chess game on the online while it's slow. As far as pool or billiards, yeah, I mean we play, but more like when we're like in a setting like a bar or something, right? Not when we were kids, when we were younger, we'd always go hang out at the pool hall, the local pool hall down here in Vegas, and that was just kind of like the spot.
Yeah,
You
I
know what I
remember. I
mean?
haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, that was just kind of like the spot, and that was cool. But I have like I know people who play semi competitively. They play for money. You know, they said checkers is my thing, but I love cards. And
Yeah, cards is pretty fun too.
yeah. So my question, what are your favorite top three movies? You want to
I'm
do top
trying
three
to.
or top five?
I can. I don't. Okay, I got one off the dome for now.
Oh, come
I'll
on.
figure out the rest later. So one of my favorite books of, or one of my favorite movies of all time is definitely gonna be. Dang, it was right there. It was right there. Where'd it go? What's it called again? Oh, here we go. One of my favorite movies of all time is Good Will Hunting.
Good Will
Have you
Hunting.
seen it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Good Will Hunting, it's about a movie where a guy, he's an absolute genius. He can pick up on something like that. He reads it and he never forgets it. So one time he has it for life. One of the scenes in the movie
Hmm.
essentially is that he I feel like I need to back up a little bit. So he the way the movie starts is essentially he's a janitor at like MIT or something like that, and one of the teachers posts a question on the board.
He answered it right.
He answers it, and no one
Can
knows.
figure. No one can figure out who
No,
solved the
yeah,
problem.
no one can figure out who solved the problem. They're like, bro, who did this? You know, and then eventually he tries answering. They put up another trap where they put up another question, and then he tries to answer it, and then he gets caught. So he starts chasing, and then it just became this spiral where he went from being basically a nobody to like everybody knows his
He's a
name
genius.
because he's a
Yeah.
genius and he's answering questions that these Nobel Peace Prize winning mathematicists can't even answer. So like one of my favorite scenes from the movie is the scientist, the mathematicist, he's working on a question and he can't answer it. So Will, he goes and answers it like this, and the mathematicist, he's like in awe, and Will just takes it and he lights it on fire.
Oh.
He lights it on fire, and he's like, "Bro, I don't care about this. This is child's play to me."
Oh wow.
So the
Yeah.
reason why it's one of my favorite movies is because there's like a lot of personal character development in it
That you could that you share.
that you can share and kind of relate to, and then also talking about like what we were talking about earlier, it kind of relates to men's health, you know, because he meets a therapist and he talks with the therapist, and they kind of learn and grow and develop with each other.
Someone said Casino. Victoria said Casino, Rain Man, and Mask.
Casino. Oh, that was, bro. The tricks in that movie were so good.
So for me, mine's easy, man. One of mine. I don't know. I'm not gonna say them in order, but Coach, what's it called?
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter is up there, but I think what was the other one with Denzel that I like more? When they did the football, what was that one?
Oh, dang! It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, I just watched
Remember the
it.
Titans.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. There you
Remember the
go.
Titans. That's probably that's one of my number ones. Remember the Titans. The Godfather,
Oh, The
because
Godfather.
I'm obsessed with those old mobster movies like Casino, The Godfather, The Irishman on Netflix. Love them. Like that's my. If they're on and I'm cleaning the house, I'm not cleaning the house anymore. You know what I'm saying? Top three, which is Remember the Titans, The Godfather, and Fury.
So another movie for me, I'm gonna go Fast and Furious. I can't exactly say which one's my favorite, but my favorite two out of the whole series is gonna be Tokyo Drift, and then probably the first one. The
Okay.
first
Oh yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah. Go back to
yeah,
that. So they said that the guy from Good Will Hunting was also a badass and he would fight.
yeah, he would, yeah.
Uh, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
there's another scene in the beginning of the movie where he's talking to this other rich boy, who's going to this school, and he just like kind of breaks down his whole entire life. You seen that scene? Do you remember it?
I've seen the movie, but it's been a while.
It's been a
You
long
know what I
time.
mean? But yeah, I'm like, it's been a minute you said that about him solving the problem. It's been a while.
So yeah, they're at the bar, and me Ben Affleck, he's basically trying to get at this baddie, and then this other rich guy who's going to MIT or whatever school it's called, he walks up to him, and he tries to pretty much take all of his glory. So Will walks in, and he's like, "Bro, you know,"
Yeah.
starts breaking apart everything, and then he drops like this fire quote. He's like, "You just spent like 150 grand on this education that you could have got for free in late fees at the library."
Yep.
And I was just like,
You know,
"Bro."
we went something crazy. So when I was going to CSN, when we were in college, excuse me, a lot of the lecture classes, you just walked in, sat down, and that was it, right? So I remember in my astronomy class, there was it was astronomy 1 and 2. It's hilarious. So nobody ever questioned it, and I think it was in astronomy 2 where we noticed it. This guy would show up, and he would just be there, right? Dude, this dude was like, he was so smart. You know what I mean? He was crazy smart. And one time, we left the classroom so they can give us an example of how far each planet was to each other compared to the sun, and we went to a big old hallway, and this dude just started like going off, like just like he was just smart dude. Like we started talking to him, and we're like, "Oh, what other classes are you taking?" He's like, "Oh, I just come here and I just sit during lectures." He wasn't even a
He wasn't
student,
even a
bro.
student in the
He
class.
wasn't even a student. I had him for freaking. I had him for 1 and 2. I had him for astronomy 1 and 2, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll go sit in this class and this class, and if it's
And he's participating, which is even more
yes,
crazy.
I was crazy. He was participating more than anybody in the class. I'm like, bro, I'm over here paying. I'm over here paying to come to college and learn and da 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 da. Right? You're just sitting through these lectures. You know what I mean?
Community, bro.
Yeah. Hey, I don't blame him. And he was smart, but he was really smart. So
that'd
it's just
be
kind of
that'd be really cool just to go and do some stuff like that.
that's what he would do. That was literally what he would do. He would just that's what he told us. He's like, yeah, man, I just you look at the schedule on the website of when the classes are, and I just kind of make it fit my life, and I just always show up, and that's it. You know what I mean? And when you if you our astronomy class, did you take astronomy? Excuse me. So in astronomy, you'd get there, the lights were really dim because it was in like it was like in a dome, in a what do they call it?
Like auditor.
Observatory. It was an observatory, and the lights were always a little dim. You went in there, and like as soon as like the door closed, class would start. No one knew who was in there, but you
Wait,
would
did the
always see
teacher
some
even know
faces.
that guy's name?
No,
He
no,
just called him
they didn't
like
even know
he's
the
like
guy's name.
you.
They didn't even know the guy's name. It was crazy, and they would just pass around a piece of paper every day. Everybody put their name, and at the end of the class, he'd collect it. And yeah, that was hilarious. As he reminded me of the movie. They said, how about Scent of a Woman with AI Pacino? Oh,
Oh,
you guys
Al
hear?
Pacino.
Yeah, the movie Scent.
I haven't seen that one.
I don't think I remember that one. Yeah, I don't think I remember that one. But I mean, I'll definitely check it out. Scent with a Woman with Pacino. Yeah, I'll check that one out. They said that we just started doing our page. So yeah, I mean, actually, yes,
We started
we.
what, maybe a month ago at this point. As far as
Yeah,
like the Two Guys One Garage podcast.
yeah. So he's had his YouTube channel. I'll let you elaborate on yours.
So yeah, I had my YouTube channel for a few years, but I didn't start getting serious about it until about 2 months ago. So we've been trying to post and push, our own personal channels, and then we're also on Instagram as well too.
And me, myself, and I started doing watch content in October. So I want to do a little bit of watch and travel content on my page. I started in October. I'm at 136 subscribers, so I'm really happy about that. And we started the podcast last month. We started last month. We've been pushing out as much content as we can. We're working on episode 6, right? We're currently editing episode 6, and this is going to be episode 7. It might be 7 and 8, just depends how we divide it, right?
Well, this last one was 5.5, so I still got to post the full video, which I'm going to do today, and then this one's going to be episode 6 today.
Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on and subscribe on YouTube. We really appreciate it. Once we get to 50 subscribers,
Yeah, we're really
we'll
shooting
be
for
able
that.
to get our channel going and hopefully go up from there. Did you have another question?
Another, got to figure this one out. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, what's a mindset you think instantly separates you from being a loser? Or let me phrase that: separates winners from losers.
What's a mindset that separates winners from losers?
Yes.
Oh, they say that I like your guys' well mannered nature and gonna try and help you guys out. Well, we really
We
appreciate that.
appreciate that. Thank
We
you.
really, really, really appreciate
Because
that.
it's
Thank you.
hard, bro. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's absolutely so hard.
Especially at the beginning, where we make these videos and we get literally no support.
We literally wake up on Saturdays or Sunday at 6 a.m. Last night I went to sleep at 5. I'm sorry, I went to sleep at 12. I woke up at 5 so we can do this. The day before that, I went to sleep at 2 with the holiday party. So it's like we're trying so hard to push content and just to be authentic and to be real and to have conversations, real conversations. And sometimes we could be wrong, and sometimes we could be right. I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? It's our opinions, it's our thoughts. We could be wrong, we could be right. We're just telling you what we think, and we're talking based off our life experiences.
And I think that's the number one thing that we're genuinely focusing on is trying to be essentially as authentic as possible.
We
That's
want
our
to be
number one
authentic.
goal. Number one goal, be as authentic to ourselves. Try not to sugarcoat things. If we feel a certain kind of way, we express it.
I mean, you go online, you go to YouTube, and you see all these like fake personas. You know what I mean? This whole idea of us becoming a podcast literally became because me and him, we just talk on the phone. The same conversations we're having right now, we'd have on the phone. Like, hey, brother, how are you doing? And we just go on for like an hour while I'm working or while I'm doing something. And we're like, hey, we should make a podcast out of this. And that's literally how the idea came. We were having pizza and playing our sim when the name for the idea came up, and we just kind of ran with it. And we're working with what we got. We don't have expensive equipment. We're on a $30 mic. You know what I mean? And we're trying to be authentic in a world that seems to be
fake.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of fake personas, a lot of things where people are just trying to put on a show.
Absolutely. And I feel like there's a shift in YouTube and in content creation where that's starting to, a lot of people are getting exposed for being fake. So we hope that we can capitalize, like you said, on just being authentic individuals. Like we joke around, but we're like, hopefully in 2 years we could be at the podcast awards. You know what I mean? Like two guys, one garage. It's just, and how cool would it be to be there by just being ourselves? And we're gonna have guests on. We want to grow where we're gonna have some guests on to talk about business, talk about life, talk about building cars. Like our friend Danielson, we've talked about him in the past, and yeah, so on and so forth.
Yeah, mostly just kind of focusing on that authenticity, and then it's also to help people, because I feel like there's a lot of information that we learn over our years of learning, and it's just like I feel like, what if we were able to express this? Like the number one thing we always kind of talk about is like, bro, what if we knew everything we knew like 10 years sooner?
We'd be rich.
We'd be rich. So it's just like, bro, if I can do my best to put as much information out there to you guys so you can pick up on it as fast as possible, it's kind of like the same idea of reading a book. Why I love reading books, because it's just essentially when you read a book, you're able to pick up on all these life experiences in just a couple of chapters without having to live someone else's whole entire life.
Absolutely.
So to me, that's kind of like my purpose, is just like, okay, how can I give you guys as much value so you can become better people? And I can also become better people by learning from you guys as well.
They say they have a 27-year-old severe autistic daughter. Wow, that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep. As a father myself, I'll pray for you and that everything goes well. You know what I mean? And they live a happy, sincere, good life. I'm a dad, and I've had family members that have been really sick, and that's something you never want to hear, you want to see.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to take care of.
Yeah,
definitely a lot.
But I wanted to tell you something, a situation that I ran across this yesterday actually. So if you've been here in the past, you obviously know I create watch content, and I want to be part of the watch community. I haven't told you this, so this is all new. And well, with that said, yesterday yesterday I'm having breakfast and I see a watch on the marketplace. So what do? I messaged them, hey, is this available? They said yes. Well, I collect watches and I flip watches because that's the only way I can afford watches, right? So when you send an offer, you always send a lot lower than whatever they're asking, just so you can get a feel of where they're at, right? So I sent this gentleman this message saying, "Hey, I'll give you 120 bucks for this watch. What do you think?" It was an older watch from I think maybe like the 1960s, and he wanted 320 bucks. Long story short, he said, "I can't." He said, "I need to get as much money as I can for this watch. This was my grandfather's watch. My grandfather actually gave it to my father, and my father passed away. And the reason why I'm selling this watch is because I need money to pay the funeral expenses." And I was like, that definitely that tore me up. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That tore me up. So I said, you know what? This watch is not for me. I'm not gonna buy this watch from you because I'm not gonna do that to you. But I told him, do you have Zelle? I'll Zelle you a couple bucks, to help you not sell your father's watch. And I'm gonna gift you one of my watches so you could sell it in hopefully replacement of your father's watch, so you don't have to sell it. So you don't have to sell it. And the guy was pretty much he couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? He couldn't believe what I just sent him. So I'll send you a couple bucks, and I'm gonna donate a watch to you. So hopefully you can sell that instead of your watch. And maybe the watch I'm gonna give him, it might not be worth that much. It might not be worth the amount of money he's asking, but I would just hate to for him to lose that because of finances, right? So
Yeah.
then I reached out to a fellow YouTuber out there, Wrist Unwound, and I told him about the situation, and I told him how us as a watch community could how can we help, right? Well, the guy is just mega. He's an absolute gentleman, absolute class. He literally offered himself to pay the watch. He said, "I'll buy the watch for what he's asking for, so he can keep his father's watch." You know. So later today, between what I was gonna give him and Arista Unwound, we're gonna buy this guy's watch, so he doesn't have to sell it and he can keep it in his family. And Arista Unwound is gonna share his story. He's also a fellow YouTuber. He's a fellow YouTuber with like 40,000 subscribers. I didn't know any of this. I just sent a message to
Oh.
him, and he actually posted a couple days ago a video of him losing his dad. And yeah, it's been a really cool experience connecting with someone in that type of manner where I'm just trying to help. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to help in my community, in my niche. And I found somebody who's gonna help even more. They said, I'd love to get a story out, and maybe we can raise some money for him and help him out. And
Yeah.
I just thought I'd share that with you because I didn't tell you about that, but I just thought that was really cool. You
Yeah.
know.
It's definitely why we're here. Try to do what we can for people.
Now they said, please don't tell me you suck your ass. No, so actually, so this guy, he's a well known YouTuber in the Vegas Valley. Has like 40,000
No, no, he
subscribers.
mean, or they mean
I
the
think they
person you're buying
said,
it from.
please tell me he didn't sucker you out of your stuff.
The person you're buying it from.
The person that we're gonna help out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, this person is I mean, they could. Maybe they will. Maybe they could. I don't know. But they posted a couple of days ago a video on their YouTube just explaining why, like, their experience of losing their father, and how the hardship's been. And I'm supposed to talk to this guy later today, excuse me, on the phone, and we're supposed to have a conversation. He wants to meet. Excuse me. He wants to meet. So I can only imagine he wants to kind of dive deep into what's going on. You know what I mean? So I hope not. And me and Wrist Unwound, we just want to give back to. We don't have a lot to give, but we want to give back and help as much as we can to our community. And I'm doing it with my heart. So if I'm gonna get suckered and bamboozled, well, I mean, so be it. What goes around comes around. You know what I mean? And I think he's being genuine. I really believe he's being genuine. I mean, not everybody who would post a YouTube video of the process of them losing their dad. You know what I mean? Their dad was also in the Navy, so they told me he was a veteran. But yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that. You know,
Oh, wait. So our question it was, what do you think separates the winners from the losers?
that was a good question. Let me see.
Okay, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I think the number one thing that separates the winners from the losers is consistency. It's definitely gonna be consistency because like when people they start something, they do it for a little bit, and then after that they kind of fall off.
Go ahead. We'll revisit that right now.
Okay, so yeah, they start on something and then they fall off, and the next you look like 5 years later down the line, and the person you want is the person who never gave up, the person who kept striving and fighting and fighting and fighting. So I think consistency is probably the number one thing. You don't have to be the best, at something, but the person who is consistent, I believe, is always gonna win.
So mine's so from my personal experience, I don't want to say I've gotten far in life, right? But I think one of the ways to get far in life is just to say yes. You
So
know,
yes,
when like if you're at work and your management team gives you an obstacle, they don't want to hear no. They don't want to hear I can't do that or that's impossible. So you trying to figure out a way to get that task done, and this could be for yourself. You know what I mean? This could be for us for our podcast. Like, hey, uploading 10 episodes a month is the goal. That's impossible. We can't do that. But you just got to tell yourself, yes, I could do that. And it's pretty much like giving yourself some words of affirmation that and some positive to actually go ahead and do it.
yeah,
That's one thing I do at work. When I go to work, they ask me to do something, I do it right then and there. I stop everything I'm doing, I do it, and it's been really good. And I think that it comes to that video that we watch, where they're like, see all these people right here that have Lamborghinis and these types of cars, they all tried.
they all tried.
Nobody in here has a car that didn't try. So that's I think so. Like trying and saying yes, just taking on the task, going ahead and definitely just getting it done. You know what I mean? Just getting it done. Like today, the podcast, you weren't feeling it. I'm tired, but we're getting it done.
We're getting it done.
You know what I mean? We're getting it done. So here, Victoria said, I got three kids. The oldest is 27, the middle is 21, and the youngest is 13. I really hate to admit it, but all three kids have three different dads. What could we say to that? I mean, it is what it is. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? It is what it is. You got to deal with the cards that you're dealt with in life. You know what I mean? And if that means that you were in three different situations in life where there was three different outcomes, it is what it is. The only thing you got to focus on is being the best mother to those three kids as you can. You know what I mean? The thing I got to focus on is being the best dad that I can be. I always say that the only legacy I want to leave in this world is that my kids say that I was a great dad. That I was a great dad and a great son to my mom and dad.
yeah,
So don't be because it almost I don't know if it sounds like you say you hate to admit it. So I don't know if you're ashamed of it or you just hate to say it, but so be it. Life goes on and just try to make the best.
yeah. Essentially, what happens to you, and yeah, you kind of have to deal with the cards that you're dealt with, and it's gonna be rough, especially like moving forward. Like if you want to get in with any other partners, they're gonna kind of see that, and they are gonna look at you a certain kind of way. So I definitely understand what you're saying, but ultimately, you just got to keep fighting, and then just focus on how can I make myself better, and try to make the best decisions going forward.
Absolutely. But we're an hour deep. You have to go to work. I think this is where we're gonna call it, guys. Right?
Okay,
Do you want to elaborate on it? Do
no, that's pretty much it for today.
you have anything coming up?
There is a track day on the 20th. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. I'm thinking I might be able to. We'll see. I definitely want to keep posting more car content. I got to work on the car because I do want to fix the. My car has like a pull to the right. I really want to fix these problems, but I am kind of considering going to the track day.
Nice.
I just got to like figure out work because I work that day.
So before we end it, they said here, Victoria said, my youngest kid My youngest kid was when I found out I had cancer. So I believe she's trying to say that her when she had her youngest child, she found out she has cancer.
Mm.
Yeah, man,
Just like bad after bad, you know.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine, my, this is a no, this is TMI, TMI. It's personal towards my family, so I'm not gonna go there. But definitely, it's just one of those things that it seems like we hear about it more often. You know what I mean? uh, Cancer, young people having cancer, older people having dementia and cancer, and going back to the spiritual thing, just don't lose faith. Keep having faith and keep going. Um, and me, like I said, my name's Jesus Rodriguez, and Watch the Matter with me. I don't have much going on or coming up. I just have more watch content coming up. You'll be able to see it on my channel, and hopefully we can do this again next week, and maybe like a little Christmas special or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to drop off some Christmas questions or whatever you guys want us to talk about, because it'll probably be out by then, right?
Yeah.
Let us know, and thank you very much. You're watching Two Guys,
One garage.
and I appreciate you guys being on the live. Listen, I'm gonna throw people your way. When are you guys planning on being live again? So we go live every Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time,
Well, it could be
or
Saturday.
Sunday.
Yeah, Saturday or Sunday.
If you follow us on Instagram at Two Guys One Garage, excuse me, podcast, or if you even follow me on, you can go to my link, go to my Watch the Matter with me, and I'll make sure I'll post on my Instagram when we're gonna go live, so we give you guys a heads up.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, it's always Saturday, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're a little late. We're sorry. You know what I mean? Or Sunday, Pacific Standard Time at 6 a.m. So if you're in New York, it'd be
What,
9.
9 o'clock?
Yeah,
Something
9
like
o'clock.
that.
If you're Central Time, it'd be 8. Right. But thank you very much, Victoria, for sticking through it here with us.
We appreciate the questions.
Appreciate the questions. Excuse me. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the podcast. We'd love to have you again on the live chat next week. Like I said, we're trying to get to 50 subscribers so we can go live on the actual channel. And I'll probably still be going live on my channel as well, just to see if we can get more traction. And we're just two guys trying to,
Make a difference in the world.
make a difference in the
Make a
world.
difference.
Maybe establish a community, help people.
Because, yeah, that's another thing. I feel like people don't really. We have friends, but we don't really have.
We
friends
live in a
anymore.
time where people are more connected than ever, but people are also like more segregated than ever because of technology, and people just want somebody to talk to, and that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
But thank you very much. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Peace.
Take care, you guys. Thank you.